fucking on this bad bitch. $1,000 knots, I've been stuffing in my mattress. Backs, bag, holes, paperboy, paper, or plastic. Yeah, I'm a savage. Nasty, toxic, ratchet. Bipolar, angry, unhappy. More than one baby's daddy. Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Nasty, toxic, ratchet. Bipolar, angry, unhappy. More than one baby's daddy. Bitch, what's happening? Love it when they ratchet walking out of TJ Maxx's. Scanless air, brush my face on they Air Maxes. Bad bitch with baggage and 2 angry baby daddies. And she married to a nigga doing time up in Cali. Hottest team moving, me and her, double duo. She got coke, I got Molly, about to take a flight to Pluto. Vroom. About to sprinkle all this coke up in her cooler. Watch this dog hoe turn into a bitch like Cujo. I'm a savage. Nasty, toxic, ratchet. Bipolar, angry, unhappy. More than one baby's daddy. Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Nasty, toxic, ratchet. Bipolar, angry, unhappy. More than one baby's daddy. Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm lit, yeah, it's facts. And any bitch I date is dick, they still attached. Dick is good, see it bulging out through slats. I caught a case, went to jail, but now I'm back. She chose the front, now I'm here, she want me back.
Right now, introduction. We let people gather around.
Bitches pulling up, they listening to facts. Hey, music, where you at?
Woo! Yeah. Those are the 5 tunes of me. 1 night. One time on your mind. This is Pacific Northwest stuff. Hopefully it circulates everywhere. Since I have a following in the DC area, the Bronx, Waldorf, Buffalo Heights, shout out to Sacramento, and I got a fellow over there in Paris, where we. So I appreciate you and people that are gonna come and go. Either way, gather like Frank. Remember Frank Gathers? He was a legend. Part 2 tonight of self-evaluation. When we spoke about that last night, that was more than just one part. There's a whole bunch to self-evaluation. So this is part 2 of my self-evaluation segment for the Tonight Show. This is season 3, episode 17. Why don't you? From Facebook, it will upload to YouTubemus, shortly. So yeah, yesterday I was, touching up on stuff, and immediately I go to sleep. I had a good ass rest last night. I was eyes a motherfucker. I evaluated all my rights and wrongs for the day. I did the math. I added, subtracted, divided, multiplied what was fruitful for my night coming into the next day. And I woke up and boom, I go online and stuff, and then I hear about Cheslie Kryst. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, you know me. I had to do part 2 of our self-evaluation episode. So today I want to talk about some breaking news. The former Miss USA, Cheslie Kryst. It was reported that she committed suicide. Apparently she jumped for her New York City apartment to her death. That was Sunday morning, dog. So look. This is what I want to tell you guys. Listen closely. She's 30-year-old former Miss USA winner, right? That's the highest of the highest, in case you guys don't understand. That means she's up for all things with a beautiful face. She is the shit. On top of that, she was black, right? She was also, because of her platform from being launched from winning the former Miss USA, she was a correspondent at Entertainment Weekly. She was a host on Extra. She also worked by massive celebrities, so she knew what it was like to brush shoulders with the likes. She also fought for social injustice, and she was a lawyer. She was out of North Carolina, where she practiced law, and she was a Division I athlete. So this was a baddie on all barriers, all angles, all aspects, all labels. She at the top of the food chain for what hood niggas, all types of shit would be like, man, if I could just pick me a bad one, you would pick her qualifications to the supreme. But yet and still, you've got to remember, she didn't feel all that love that everyone else seen in her, y'all. And that's a part of self-evaluation. You got to get to know thyself before you can put your what you have for the consumers on the platform. A lot of people are doing it backwards. They see that they have something and they just launch it. And they don't know what the fuck they launched because they haven't identified with themselves. They haven't sat down. They haven't learned from their transgressions, from the things that are lessons. People look at mistakes and failures and failed attempts as bad things. That's the problem, because we have these soft parents and these bad people that are translating that into the youth that are growing up to believe that seed is growing. So it's not good. This young lady was, like I said, she was 30 years old. So with this sweetheart, she was the most beautiful. I'm just saying. But she was battling issues that were internal, y'all. You see what I'm saying? These issues were internal. So what apparently people don't see is it didn't matter what you look like. This is what I'm trying to, this is the message I want to send to you. This bad female, wonderful, all these qualifications. She jumped off her apartment building to her death because she wasn't feeling right on the outside, but everybody else was like, "Ooh, she's bad. Ooh, Miss USA, Miss this and that." My point of this is, you don't have to go get surgery, ladies. All that Miss Mommy makeover, yeah, you better rethink that, because I hope you guys can see that. That's why I'm speaking about it. I'm only speaking about it. I didn't do it to her. I'm mad and sad that happened to her. Yeah, beautiful soul. You're not lying, PM Jacobs. Thank you for tuning in. Like, personal demons. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys got to remember, mental health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know who to talk to about it. You could be sitting there with your old flaky ass bitch, or niggas can be sitting there with that flaky bitch, and that bitch can be sitting there with this old burnt out ass nigga, and they're not even taking into consideration what you're explaining to them. That's not good. That's why niggas and bitches bottle shit up. Be like, nigga, I ain't letting them niggas smell this fart. It's like a fart. You know what I'm saying? You share your fart by some people that you comfortable by, right? Exactly. That's what it is. If you don't think the comparison is right, hit me on my chat. Let me know I'm doing or saying something wrong. But you got to look at it like that. Nigga don't just fart by any old body. You be looking around like, hold on, nigga. So look at it like that. You got to be delicate with your partner, with your girlfriend, with your soulmate, or with your little bust down jump ass hood rat. That don't mean because she's your bust down and you care about her 23% that you want to see her pass over or slit her wrist or him choke himself out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So some type of consideration, because it could happen to your punk ass. So at this same time, she was probably at the highest of her peak. You have to remember that when she was feeling all this and still didn't know what she had in front of her. She hadn't found herself yet. She was on the grandest mountains. Things were glittering and it was all whatever. But she had not found her purpose, is what I'm trying to say to you. Once you find your purpose, then you have a purpose. And everybody else will see it and purchase. You see what I'm saying? Purpose and purchase, they're related, in case you didn't know.
She achieved her dreams.
Listen.
But didn't find herself.
Yes. Bingo. Yes. I couldn't let it, but she achieved her dreams, but she could not find herself. She was looking, and I'm not going to lie, for you to jump off a building is so in case you guys don't know about New York law, that is ultra illegal to jump off a building. We know it's deathly, but if you look up New York law, that's illegal. So she committed a crime when she passed away. So if she would have survived, they would have charged her. Just shot it up. They could charge her family. Very right. Hey, that's very right. So she was probably at the highest of her peak, y'all, that she could get, and still didn't know where she was. She was lost. You see what I'm saying? You got to remember, when you're in the public eye like that, you got to always learn how to smile. You know what I'm saying? And deal with people on a day-to-day basis. And she probably got accustomed to that and didn't even know who she was. And she was performing for. So this is another thing. Because when you're apprehensive about yourself, you become a bot for all the consumers. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's just expecting this pretty ass lady to just hi, and just do her little, you know what I'm saying? But it was bigger than that to her, obviously, and apparently nobody could trigger into that. Gotta smile when you don't want to in the public eye. Red, you already know. You know how that is, or you ain't gonna get your check. Them checks come, you be like, fuck it, all right. I be doing it too like that, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. But what's supper? But you gotta remember, my people, that what 1-9 is preaching to you all year so far. You gotta remember this. How old is this young lady? How old is this young lady? She's 30 years old. What I just tell you niggas yesterday and the days before. Most women 30 and up are insecure or madly depressed. And look at what happened. The 1-9 don't tell you, man. The 1-9 won't fail you, man. I'm just trying to give it to you raw. Most people are not going to comfort themselves mind-wise to the type of shit and the way I'm pitching it. But if you can pick up what I'm putting down, oh, you ready to put on the crown. Period, point blank. And look, she's 30 on the dot. Like right on the dot. You gotta think about that. I told you. So, and I don't want the women to get angry at me and then tune off. Please, no, I'm not talking about you. But if something fits in something, then we need to help each other. You know what I'm saying? And this could be some way that I'm helping you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love. You see what I'm saying? Apparently, as soon as, this is how I look at it. As soon as it consumed her, it destroyed her. You see what I'm saying? Because with most women, they become consumed. That's why I be saying, don't babysit nobody else's misery. You see what I'm saying? She became, exhaustion is real. She became exhausted like a motherfucker. And that shit's not cool, dog. Like, that shit's not cool what happened to her. She was ultra bad, ultra qualified. Like, and this is why I say you don't babysit nobody else's misery. Because baby was mental, she was going through mental misery. So think what her dude was going through. And think if she had a dude. Or let's say she don't have a dude, right? That's a good thing, nigga. I don't think I would have wanted to be her nigga. She would have knocked me down too. And wrote a letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, So it's bad already that happened to her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be a collateral damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already going through my own thing. Y'all feel me a little bit? Like, I ain't talking crap about her. I'm hurt. You know, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, damn. What's that, y'all? But, like, you gotta think, what she basically was doing was faking in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, smiling and just, ha, ha, you know what I'm saying? She jumped off the motherfucking, like, damn, nigga. So my thing is, she was doing all that smiling and every day-to-day stuff in front of people fronting. That's faking. And she did it on a grand scale. That shit bottled up and she exploded. Think, she jumped off of the fucking thing. She was probably raging inside, shaking up, and just felt so out of place, like, and jumped off that building, bro, to stop that pain. You know, that's fucked up. And I'm being serious as a motherfucker right now. So, it consumed her, man, and then it destroyed her. Now, ladies, I hope y'all listen to me on this seriously, because, see, most women become consumed by it, then content, and then they become complexed for men. You see what I'm saying? Men, that's bad news for us. When they become consumed by their stuff that they're depressed over, or they feel like it's unfixable, then they become content with it. And now it's just all a matter of time. So, men, we kind of should be able to trigger into that if we give a fuck about these bitches or these women or these wives or whatever that I'm speaking about on that nature. But Chesley Christ, man, I can't imagine what her man was feeling. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, and her parents, they say she was a good person, man. Social activist, a lawyer, Miss USA. Come on. I'm willing to jump off the boat to help you again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm jumping off the meat wagon and help bungalow ass broads. Like, you got all these things, man. You need help, man. I'm gonna try to. So I get it, man. But you gotta remember also, the rich and famous are going through this type of shit daily. This is welcome to the rich and the famous. You see what I'm saying? Period. And I talk about self-evaluation and life. You got to remember, the secret to life is being happy with who you are completely. You see what I'm saying? Period. So that you can be able to perform right. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, all the game of us growing up and these rap artists and Jimi Hendrix and these comedians like Richard Pryor, they were so grand and goddish at their scales of performance. but we still didn't get to see them at their max because they were doped up or high or on this, you know what I'm saying, or that. The artist always has a drug in them. Have we ever seen the maximum capacity artist that can capacitate himself without all these stimulants, drugs, and liquids inside of them? I think we have a 1-9 bot that can do that. I smoke a little bit of marijuana, right? But I think I can do this shit naturally. All I need is a light flashing in front of me and action. So part of that, what I just displayed to you, was confidence in a way. Kind of narcissistic, but at the same time, I'm steering it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just an illustration to you right now that I feel complete and happy about what I was just doing as a man. You know what I'm saying? As Koufax. And so hopefully that shit can be illustrated into motherfuckers, because I know I got hella little homeboys and shit that be keeping it real with me on personal basis that I won't never say their names. That what's up, bro? It's all love. Clee, what's up? Shout out to Clee Palmer. Yeah, I got you, bro. I know you. I don't know if you heard, man. Little shorty, man. Little Miss USA, man. She jumped off her New York apartment, man, to her death, killed herself. And I know a lot of people don't understand what it's like to go through dark times, angles, and moments. You know, I didn't understand it at first. I just was crusading throughout the streets, and I think them dark moments that was catching up to me, I was too busy running from them to the next move or the next bitch or the next mall. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to jail and you sit down and think about things and things surface out, the pie come out the oven. You know what I'm saying? Now you smell it a little bit, and now you get hungry for what you got to eat. And then you start realizing all that stuff. So you got to know how to develop. And self-evaluation is it's the main thing to yourself. You got to get to know yourself. Don't listen to people saying they don't talk to themselves, y'all. That's mumbo jumbo. Okay? You have to talk to yourself, motherfucker. You got a brain, and listen. Do you got a brain? Check. Do you know how to talk like how I'm talking right now? Check. Then you talk to yourself, nigga. Don't let nobody else, these old weird ass niggas online to me. You talk to yourself, you're weird, you're a creep. That's sus. I'm so tired of you niggas with these old weird ass words. That's sus. Leave that for the 6-year-olds to talk about, nigga. We talk about G shit. You know what I'm talking about? All that perpendicular ass words and cutting off alphabets and shit. It be weirding me out. So anyway, back to the self-evaluation part and back to Shorty. She was battling things that no one around big ass New York City could see. She was also probably no one can see her pain. Now that's another thing, y'all. Do you feel like no one can see your pain, so you don't want to explain it anyway? Don't feel like that. That's the fucking bullshit they want you to have, so they can keep pumping drugs in you. And then you die off and another human comes with the same complaint. Let's complain till we can remain. You see what I'm saying? And that way we can explain. And then we can come with some type of nutrient where we can level up. We level up on everything else. Don't we level up on all these apps and social media ways for your girl and boyfriend to cheat on you? Because if anybody has a social media app on their phone, there's the cheater right there.
The greatest way to learn is off somebody else.
Hello. And if you don't, you won't. And if you can't, you ain't. I don't understand where some people, like how you don't. So about wounds. You got to, wounds. The wound hurts deeper when no one knows about it. You see what I'm saying? I bullshit you not. It's probably why little kids run straight to their parents when they fall and get a scratch. Owie, owie. And then what does the grown up do? They say, oh, and they kiss the wound. And don't the kid be like, yeah, because they're mentally convinced. So if you've got wounds on you, you gotta show somebody. That's how mental health is. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall and get the wound, bam, and then just keep running around like fucking Rambo. Nigga, you ain't Rambo in Portland up in them Greenleaf with the gun. He did that on an act. This is real life. That wound, you need to go show somebody. Owie, I got an owie, mental health. I need to talk to you about this. This is, that's all I'm saying to you. So somebody can potentially delicately kiss your wound. Now, some of you niggas will think that's some weird shit, but you niggas is weird. When you see this later on and even think it, then you need to get up off this, because mental health is real. And growing up and seeing all these things going on amongst us since we were younger, growing up by Rainier Community Centers and Rainier Beaches and Garfield and Millards and West Seattle Selfs and Slacks and all that shit, you got to understand that we're getting old now. So you got to start making sure up here is good. You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all just think I'm on here babbling? But nigga, I go through mental health stuff. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I'm so happy. You know the happy guy always has money? You don't know all them old jolly old white people? You go in the casino, they be happy. They got bands. Don't you notice all the broke niggas got a frown? Huh? Broke niggas got a frown. That's why they don't hang around. Bitter Lake. Nigga, niggas is up in Bitter Lake. Bitter at the world. Be happy with what you got. Be happy with what you got. That's all I'm saying. Niggas don't know how to evaluate yourself. So I got a couple tips on how to evaluate yourself. Number one, start taking time to yourself. Don't let nobody tell me I'm so tired of you niggas talking about what's weird. You niggas don't know about what's weird, nigga. Old school Pee-wee Herman was weird, nigga. Everything is normal now because y'all accepted it. So now I got to talk about it. So within that, understand that you have to talk to yourself and take time to yourself. Okay? Start checking your emotions is number two. Start checking your emotions. Emotional intelligence. I touched on this yesterday. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence. Do you know who's good and bad in front of you? When I go out in these streets, I know a poodle and a demon. When I look at them in their eyes and I say, what's up? Nigga, they look back at me. Nigga, I ain't no, That's where a lot of you niggas be having anxiety and shit from too. Quit being so scary, Larry. When you go out in the streets, you got to compete. And quit telling me you got heat. Everybody got heat. Every Cadillac and Chevy got heat in it. So you don't got to tell me that. I'm tired of hearing about that YouTube ass shit. Nigga, this been the mean streets of the itty bitty city. You know what I'm talking about? We know what's going on. So we don't got to talk about all that shit. We get on these lives and stuff and these streams and, you know, some things get out of nature at times. When when drastic times calls for drastic measures, we talk about that then. But when we're out here popping it, we don't stopping it because we propping it. You know what I'm talking about? And we have so much watered down stuff going on that we need the real on here. You can share, like, or whatever. If you don't, you won't. I don't give a fuck. Either way it goes, I'm an online influencer. So anyway, but knowing yourself is one of the best things going on right now and having it clear up here so that you could be able to present yourself, man. If you don't, you won't. That'd be on you. But I think I'm going to make progress in this somewhere down the line. And I hope you do too. Now, thank you for tuning in. I gave you part 2 and my response to Sweetheart. I don't want to get too more deep into talking about her because I'm saddened off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, immediately, she needed somebody to talk to, you know what I'm saying, when it came to, you know, her mental health. You know what I'm saying? All the attention and validation was focused on her looks. And that was it. And that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And I just maybe those looks were fading to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. I look at it like she was so beautiful, and maybe she wanted to be valued in a way that people weren't seeing. They were confused. And she was like, fuck that, man. You know what I'm saying? So we talk so much about these bitches out here and knowing about this and shit. Know what type of bitch you got in front of you. I'm not talking about her calling her a bitch. Rest in peace to her. I'm just saying out here now. We popping back. We back in the corn now. So you got to know who you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, real life. This ain't no script. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no script, homie. Ain't none of that. Everyone is going through something. You know what I'm saying? So respect the person in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You got this little bucket head, big tooth, big booty bitch in front of you, but she got the baby daddy that's putting her through the ringer. Man, come slice her off with some of that good hood dick, nigga, and a massage and shit. Quit arguing with the bitch. Don't be the reason. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in relationships is looking for the next motherfucker. You know why everybody want a relationship? Really don't nobody want to be in relationships out here, right? But the people that do, they just want the other person to be blaming shit on them. A dish break way over in the other side. What are you doing? And he ain't even here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all niggas is doing and bitches is doing. So get about that shit. Break up out of that. And with Sweetheart, man, like she was misunderstood. Nigga, like real shit. And I'm gonna read you a quote that she read. This is how you know that she wasn't feeling that Miss USA shit. She said this: each time I say I'm turning 30, I cringe a little. Did you hear what she just said? This is what she wrote before she killed herself. Each time I say I'm turning 30, I cringe a little. Sometimes I can successfully mask this uncomfortable response with excitement. Other times, my enthusiasm feels hollow, like bad acting. I told you. I've been telling you guys. This is a quote from an article On a letter on something that she spoke. She said these exact words. I've been telling you guys, cuz most women right now 30 and up are depressed or insecure, maxed out. So they're gonna put you inside of bad situations, man. Real shit. Like, you shouldn't fall for that. Period. She said this from her own mouth, bro. She said, each time I think of turning 30, I cringe. If you think about it, 30 years old is not old. Didn't they just say 40's the new 30 and 30's the new 20? So really, you was 20, and really you were so beautiful, you was like 18. You were fire. So think it that. She's that fire, but she spelt the opposite on the inside. So quit worrying about what you see on somebody when you be walking down the street. You see that bitch with them hips and ass. She's depressed. You know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. She's depressed. You can work. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But at the same time, I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying be able to know how to tune your bitch up. Bitch, know how to tune your nigga up. Because you can guarantee everybody's coming action-packed with some depression. I repeat this one more time. Cleo Palmer said each one is meant to be a step to the next one. We play above expectations. We create out of our experiences, and we are the capitalists of finesse. There is no top. It's the topless lavender cloud. Man, you are going. I like this. Clouds reaching heights unfamiliar and unknown to man. Optimistics versus pessimists. We see what the optimist can't, won't, and refuse to by the negative mirror as, man, you drop too much bars. It won't even let me even pop it no more. God damn, Kate. I love that type of shit. And he is not lying. This game is real, and it is hard to steal. Sometimes people will tell you one thing, sometimes people tell you the next. I'm going to tell you what, this is one thing I don't advise niggas to be out here doing. Stay off that beta male shit. Stay off that blue pill life. That's not it. Don't you know all the bitches is all over you because you're going to do this and do that? Don't let nobody walk over you. You ain't about to let Trump come in here and walk over you. Niggas don't like Trump. They be like, nigga, you better watch out for I sock you. Nigga, look at the situation like that. Don't sock the bitch. Sock the situation out of your whole existence. Period. Because the self-evaluation thing counts. Okay, so I gave this enough attention. Thank you. This is season 3, episode 17 of The Tonight Show. This is Koufax 19. One time on your mind. In the 1s, 2s, 3s, and the 8s. This was part 2 of self-evaluation. This is my response to the untimely death, suicide of Chesley Christ. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope to see you again soon. Wake and bake. But The Tonight Show will be here tomorrow night. Ciao.